Now, Bangladesh is the latest global hotspot gripped by an unprecedented crisis, and its Prime Minister has fled the country. But much before that, the Indian government had updated its travel advisory for Indians living in the country and strongly advised them not to travel there as well. Bangladesh happens to be just one of the global hotspots, and that the Indian has been keeping a close watch on. Let's take a look at other nations that are high on travel advisory list of the Indian government. Over the last week, India issued advisories for Lebanon and Israel following the escalated situation after the killing of Hamas's leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. Iran's strong reaction and talks of retaliation against Israel is keeping West Asia on the edge. And the Indian embassy in Lebanon issued 3 back-to-back advisories for its citizens. The last one categorically told Indians to avoid any travel to and from Lebanon. The Indian embassy in Israel told its nationals to stay vigilant and adhere to the safety protocols. Air India also suspended flights to Tel Aviv. Israel has about 26,000 Indians. Iran has about 10,000 Indians, and Lebanon has about 4,000 Indians. Not just the neighborhood and West Asia, India has also alerted its nationals in Nigeria and Kenya. Both countries are facing significant internal crises and have significant presence of Indians. While these advisories have come over the last few weeks, India has also issued advisories for specific reasons and for specific segments of the society. For example, India has cautioned Indian students in the United States, Canada and Russia, where reports of criminal targeting have surfaced in which Indian students had lost their lives. In Southeast Asia, advisories were issued for Myanmar, Laos and Cambodia, where Indians were the target of fake job racket scams. Not only travel advisories, India has banned its citizens from visiting 3 countries, and these are Iraq, Yemen and Libya. On February 18th, 2020, Indian nationals were told not to travel to 5 provinces of Iraq. India also announced a travel ban for Libya in May of 2016. India issued advisory of Yemen in 2016 and also in 2017, under which all Indian nationals are strongly advised to avoid traveling to Yemen under any circumstances. The passport or travel document issued by the Government of India is invalid for Yemen, while India announced travel ban for Libya in May 2016. Right now, if you're just joining us and tuning into WION as we speak, 76-year-old Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has resigned and left the country about an hour back, and that happened at around 2:30 p.m. local time. Media reports suggest that she was fleeing anti-government protests and anger at home, and those are the visuals we are getting you from Bangladesh, where it seems like the protesters have stormed into the official residence of Sheikh Hasina. It is also being said that the neighboring country of India, which is where we are being told by our sources that this is where Sheikh Hasina is. She is in Agartala, Tripura. That's the northeastern state in India. And our sources are also saying that she might head to London further. And for more on this, we are being joined by Mukti Rashid from the Bangladeshi capital of Dhaka. He is a special correspondent for Bangla Outlook, a journalist and political analyst. Mr. Rashid, thank you so much for joining us here on WION. What is the latest you can tell us what's happening in Dhaka right this moment?
Thank you for having me. I'm just around the Prime Minister's official residence, which called Gana Bhavan. There are hundreds of thousands of people. I would say I can only see a sea of people they're literally taking away a single thing they could manage from the Ganabhavan. Someone taking for, small plants. Some people are taking valuables or trees, refrigerators, whatever they can, take away from that. I can see some, gifts the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at the time she got or received from different places. People were taking all those things. I spoke to them. Why you were taking those? They said it's souvenir of people's revolution. So they want to preserve it. I spoke to one youth. I asked her, why do you take this plant? He said, I take this plant that I will nurture it as long as I can because it gives us liberty. As a symbol of liberty. Many say that it was a people's revolution against dictators. So the people are collecting anything they can from the Ganabhavan, which was the official residence of Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And as you know, by this time, the Prime Minister, the ex-Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina already resigned from her position and fled the country.
Right.
And soon after this information was revealed, everywhere, and hundreds of thousands of people around the city.
Absolutely, Mr. Rashid. That's what we are seeing on our screens as well, the visuals we are getting from Dhaka. One of the things that the army chief has said, he has rather called on the protesters to end the violence immediately and said that the peace in Bangladesh rests upon the shoulders of the youth. Are you hearing that from the protesters? Are they willing to end the violence now?
I'm sorry, I'm in the gathering. I could hear you properly. Could you be louder, please, so that I can hear?
Absolutely. I understand. I'm saying, are you hearing from the protesters that they are now willing to end the violence and the protests now that Sheikh Hasina has fled the country, resigned, and the army has put together an interim government?
Yeah. Army Chief General Wakil Zaman already announced that Sheikh Hasina resigned and an interim government will be constituted in a couple of hours. We're yet to share who would be the leader of that interim government and who else will be in the position of other cabinet. So, but the people here say, I spoke to many youngsters who joined the protest. They said they want a country of justice. They don't want to lead this country again by any chief or any corrupt guy. The people want just, I saw the people were, chanting slogans. They are apparently looking valuables from the Ganabhavan, and they're saying that all the things are the public, and they are taking the public things, not the Sheikh Hasina's father's one.
Right, there seemed to be a sense of anger across Bangladesh. What I want to ask you, are you hearing from the protesters that they are willing to end the protests now?
Any end of protest, right?
Yes, sir.
I think once, have you listened to the army chief? He said to stay calm and don't destroy anything, don't go for any violence. So apparently the people hate army and their decision. And I think the people are not violent. I didn't see any people who are violent here. Even I could see many people who try to break or damage public properties. The people try to resist them. So I can't say when exactly people will go back to their home, but of course there will that's a celebration moment. It's more than Eid in Bangladesh. It's more than any celebration I ever seen. So I can't say when they will end up, but it's now under nobody's control.
Right, and when it comes to the interim government, we know that the BNP party, which is the main opposition party of Bangladesh, was part of the deliberations, and then the army announced that there will be an interim government. What can we expect from the interim government? Who is going to head it?
Look, last few days there was a speculation of the interim government. We got a list of interim government, who could be the possible members of the interim government, but and that was with inclusive format of caretaker, what I can say, the interim government. But I can't say what exactly going to be happen. We must wait for hours from now until any announcement by the interim government going to be held.
All right. Mr. Rashid, what could you tell us about the ministers of the Awami League, which is what the party Sheikh Hasina belongs to? Because what we are hearing from Dhaka is that the Home Minister is claiming that his house was vandalized. So what is happening to the other leaders of Awami League?
It started the many Awami League leaders were badly beaten, and we have told that many places, mostly used by the Awami League, are being vandalized. I'm yet to reach this place because there is hundreds of thousands of people on the street. So I don't know how long it will take to reach out to Awami League party office or one of the stronghold in Dhanmondi. So I can comment right at the moment what exactly happened to Awami League office, but what we can see from distance that huge plume of smoke that are seen from the Dhanmondi area, which basically kind of stronghold of Awami League. And the people are not the people on the street, and they don't care what's going on, who is the government, who is going to lead, who are the... So it's a bit difficult to explain where is the ruling party, the former ruling party leaders, and where are they. Then I try to reach few of them, and I'm sorry, I failed to reach out them.
All right, Mr. Rashid, thank you so much for joining us here on WION and getting us those live updates from Dhaka. I've been speaking to Muqtadir Rashid, a special correspondent for Bangla Outlook. He's a journalist and political analyst and has been telling us what's playing out in Dhaka right this moment. He said that he was right outside Sheikh Hasina's official residence and he could see a sea of people, and they were trying to enter the residence. But he also mentioned that many of them were not vandalizing. They were just there out of anger and also out of celebration that now that the Sheikh Hasina's government has fallen down, they are hopeful of peace and of prosperity for Bangladesh. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.